Buckle up, fam, because today's lineup is a full-blown reality roller coaster, and the internet is absolutely losing it. Let's dive right in. First up, Darcy. She was supposed to be on a boar-tracking trip, but instead, she showed up looking like she was headed for Fashion Week. Fur coat, designer bag, and enough attitude to scare the wildlife. Oh, and then she casually claimed she hiked the Appalachians in California. Geography, not her strong suit. Fans are roasting her harder than a campfire marshmallow. Meanwhile, Brandon and Julia. A conversation about infertility spiraled into a total meltdown when Brandon's mom Betty barged in, waving Julia off like a misbehaving child. Viewers are calling it one of the most manipulative in-law moments ever. And Julia, she stormed out. Fans are screaming, "Run, Julia! It's only gonna get worse." Next, Tigerlily. What should have been happy pregnancy news has sparked panic instead. At 41, she's expecting again, but fans say her much younger husband is controlling, volatile, and throwing up red flags left and right. Commenters are straight up predicting disaster if she doesn't break the cycle. And then there's Chantel's mom. Forget the tell-all. This was a Jerry Springer audition. She stormed in, tossing accusations, dropping cryptic hints, and sparking theories about Ashley that have fans' jaws on the floor. Matching jackets, wild side-eye. Some say it was truth bombs. Others swear it was just reality TV theater. Either way, the memes are fire. Over on 90 Day Fiancé, Jasmine's new flame Matt is causing a frenzy. Fans are split. Half say he's Gino 2.0 but better looking. The rest think the whole thing is staged. Still, people admit Jasmine seems softer, even happy around him. Real deal or storyline stunt? The debate is raging. And finally, Colt in Brazil. Yes, Colt. Crutches, bold necklace, and spotted right in front of the famous Amazon Theater. Fans are buzzing. Vacation? Secret filming? Spin-off? Whatever the truth, Colt showing up in Manaus has everyone scratching their heads and hitting replay. And that's just the tease. You don't want to miss the full breakdowns coming up. So smash that like, hit subscribe, and ring the bell because this gossip train is only picking up speed. First story, Darcy versus the wilderness. Darcy Silva just turned what should have been a low-key outdoor trip into a viral spectacle, and fans are roasting every second of it, from her over-the-top outfit to a geography flub that still has comment sections howling. It all started when Darcy joined a father-son hunting excursion. Except Darcy doesn't do blend in. The cameras caught her in a wide-brimmed hat, oversized fur coat, designer bag, and enough attitude to scare the wildlife. Oh, and then she casually claimed she hiked the Appalachians in California. Geography? Not her strong suit. Fans are roasting her harder than a campfire marshmallow. Then came the comment that made jaws drop. Casually, Darcy told the group she used to hike in the Appalachians in California. Cue the record scratch. Anyone with the map knows the Appalachian Range is firmly planted on the East Coast, hundreds of miles from California. Within minutes, social media exploded. Reddit threads lit up with fans joking, "No wonder she gets lost. She's been wandering on the wrong side of the country." Another quipped, "Darcy needs a geography tutor before a stylist." The jokes didn't stop there. Twitter piled on with memes of luxury handbags photoshopped into nature documentaries. One viral comment read, "Darcy stomping through the woods with the Birkin. Forget hunting. She's attracting the boars with style." Another fan chimed in, "She looks less like a hunter and more like a vulture circling the field." But the real scene stealer was the father-in-law's face. While Darcy struck poses, he gave the camera a blank, slightly horrified stare that spoke volumes. Fans swore he was silently muttering, "What the heck, son?" or "Who was this wacko?" That reaction shot alone became a meme, spreading across Instagram stories and TikTok duets. Viewers weren't done clowning. Comments rolled in asking if she planned to shove a boar into her purse or whether TLC was seriously gonna let her hike 20 miles and designer boots. Comparisons to Trisha Paytas levels of extra ran wild, with some dubbing the scene Darcy Does Dior, Forest Edition. Still, here's the twist. Even her harshest critics admit Darcy delivers entertainment gold. She's a walking contradiction, fabulously dressed, yet hilariously out of place. And that's exactly why fans can't look away. Every episode, she brings the chaos, whether it's a dramatic cry, a wardrobe malfunction, or in this case, a fur-clad boar hunt that nobody saw coming. Stick around because the drama's just warming up. If you thought Darcy's outfit was outrageous, wait until you see Brandon and Julia's meltdown over fertility struggles and the mother-in-law move that had fans absolutely raging. A conversation about infertility turned into a public family implosion, and the internet is still buzzing with fury, sympathy, and memes aimed squarely at Brandon's parents. The drama unfolded when Brandon and Julia sat down to talk about their fertility struggles. Already a deeply emotional and private issue, Brandon tried to confront Julia about the pressure they were feeling. But before the conversation could even find its footing, Betty, his mom, inserted herself. Cameras captured Julia's face harden as she realized this was no longer a safe, one-on-one space. What made the moment explosive was Betty's reaction when Julia tried to set boundaries. Julia, visibly shaken, asked for space, but Betty brushed her off with a casual, dismissive hand wave. That single gesture became a lightning rod online. Fans saw it as pure disrespect, the ultimate "I don't care about your feelings" move. Within hours, Twitter threads and Reddit posts were stacked with outrage. One viewer flatly declared, "This is the worst mother-in-law I've ever seen on reality TV." And if Betty's dismissal wasn't enough, Ron, Brandon's father, poured gasoline on the fire with his anti-family remark, accusing Julia of not wanting to be part of their family unit. That accusation hit Julia hard. She stormed off, needing space, but the cameras kept rolling as Betty followed her inside, ignoring Julia's clear plea to be left alone. For fans, it was a disturbing picture of control and intrusion. The fallout online was brutal. Commenters lit up Instagram with fury. "How rude to wave off your daughter-in-law in her own home. Leave the keys and don't come back without permission. Julia is being gaslit, manipulated, and isolated. This is abuse, not family bonding." Betty needs to realize she's not the third person in this marriage. Even Brandon himself didn't escape the backlash. Viewers slammed him as a giant toddler who can't stand up to his parents. One Redditor wrote, "She comes before your parents. Show her support, not betrayal." Another accused him of failing to protect Julia from what they called emotional gang-up tactics. The debate spread fast, with TikTok creators reenacting the confrontation. Parody clips showed actors dramatically waving their hands to each other, captioned, "Betty when you ask for boundaries." Memes depicted Julia as a queen defending her throne, while Betty barged into the castle, keys jangling. But beyond the humor, fans are worried. They see deeper cracks in Brandon and Julia's marriage. With fertility struggles already straining the couple, Betty's interference could push Julia to a breaking point. Comment sections are full of people pleading with Julia to set hard boundaries or walk away. As one blunt viewer put it, "Run, Julia. If this is how they act now, imagine when a baby's involved." Some fans even theorized that Betty and Ron deliberately escalated the fight for screen time, noting how the camera seemed to follow them seamlessly inside. Whether or not it was orchestrated, the damage to their reputation was real. Online, the verdict is nearly unanimous. Brandon's parents are smothering, manipulative, and way out of line. And what about Julia? Far from being the villain, she's emerged as the fan favorite in this mess. Commenters admire her for standing her ground and refusing to be dismissed like a child. One summed it up perfectly. Julia is the only sane one in this circus.
Don't touch that dial, because if you thought Brandon and Julia's family implosion was intense, wait until you hear what's happening with Tigerlily. From a shocking pregnancy to terrifying red flags in her marriage, fans are saying this story is straight up dangerous. Tigerlily stunned her followers this July by revealing not only the state of her rocky marriage, but also that she's pregnant again at 41. Normally, a baby announcement would bring congratulations, but instead, it set off alarm bells. Fans immediately flooded the comments with concern, calling her husband immature, controlling, and dangerously volatile. Clips from recent episodes show tense moments where her much younger husband, just 23, raises his voice, insisting he's the man and in charge. To viewers, that wasn't just bravado, it was a flashing warning sign. They see a young man clinging to authority he doesn't truly have, compensating with intimidation whenever Tigerlily pushes back. The age gap only fueled the frenzy. At 41, Tigerlily is portrayed as the seasoned partner, while her husband is dismissed by fans as a man boy. Memes circulating online describe him as a toddler with power, while others warn that his behavior echoes patterns of coercion and control. One commenter flatly wrote, "He's not building a family, he's building a prison." Fans are also drawing chilling parallels to Tigerlily's past. She previously endured a decade in what she described as an abusive relationship. For longtime viewers, the fear is history is repeating itself, only this time with more children caught in the middle. The pregnancy news, instead of softening opinions, made people panic. Comments on Instagram and Reddit turned urgent. Get out now before it's too late. This is not a love story. It's a hostage situation. She's fading away before our eyes. Some fans even speculated about abduction or custody battles, warning that if she doesn't act soon, she could lose not just her freedom, but her children too. A few posts went viral, accusing the show of exploiting a potentially dangerous dynamic for ratings. This isn't entertainment anymore. It's watching a woman slip deeper into a trap. Meanwhile, TikTok creators have started splicing together clips of her husband's outbursts, overlaying captions like "red flags everywhere" and "this is not okay." Others parody the dynamic, reenacting scenes where he shouts orders while Tigerlily silently stares into the camera. The comedy makes it shareable, but the underlying message is clear. Fans are scared. And yet, not everyone is ready to write Tigerlily off as powerless. A small but vocal group of supporters believe she still has the strength to fight back. They point to moments where she pushes back on camera, standing tall and refusing to yield. Some ask whether she could be quietly plotting her escape or whether the show itself is setting up a narrative arc where she eventually breaks free. Still, the overwhelming tone is alarm. Social feeds are packed with words like brutal, controlling, and dangerous. For many, it's not just a storyline, it's a life or death situation unfolding in plain sight. And whether she realizes it or not, Tigerlily has become a symbol of cycles that repeat, of red flags ignored, and of the haunting question, what happens if nothing changes?
Keep it locked, because if you thought Tigerlily's situation was explosive, wait until you see who stormed the stage at the Hunt for Love tell-all. Chantel's mom is dropping accusations, sparking memes, and maybe even angling for her own spinoff. The tell-all special was supposed to tie up loose ends, but Chantel's mom, Miss Karen, had other plans. From the moment she walked in, fans knew this wasn't going to be a calm discussion. Armed with confidence and a reputation for speaking her mind, she came out swinging, accusing, hinting, and stirring the pot so ferociously that viewers barely knew what was real and what was theater. First, let's talk about Rob's face. The second Karen started talking, his reaction was instantly meme-worthy, wide-eyed, smirking, looking seconds away from bursting into laughter. Fans plastered his face all over Twitter with captions like, "Me pretending to take work seriously on Zoom," and "What in the Jerry Springer is going on here?" Meanwhile, Pedro was imagined by commenters as sitting back with popcorn, enjoying the show as if it were scripted just for him. But it wasn't only what Karen said, it was how she said it. Her cryptic comments about Ashley had everyone squinting at their screens. Was she exposing a secret fling, tossing out wild shade, or just stirring chaos for ratings? Fans couldn't decide. One theory that spread like wildfire was that Karen herself might have been spending a little too much time with Ashley. Cue the jaw drops and hundreds of comments screaming, "Wait, what?" Then came the fashion moment nobody could ignore. Matching jackets, bold patterns, coordinated colors. Fans instantly clocked it. Chantel's mom and Ashley looked like they were on the same team despite the fighting. The jokes flew. Not the antique couch upholstery chic, one fan laughed. Another deadpan, "They fighting but matching outfits?" Okay. The circus jokes, the Carmen Sandiego references, social feeds were lit with outfit snark as much as drama analysis. But beneath the chaos, some fans saw strategy. Matching jackets, perfectly timed eye rolls, explosive accusations that left more questions than answers. For many, it all smelled like a setup. This isn't an accident. This is a carefully scripted pitch for their own spinoff. The idea gained traction fast, with Reddit threads buzzing about whether TLC was grooming Chantel's family for yet another reality series. Still, what really made the moment unforgettable was Karen's energy. Fans call her Karen forever for a reason. Over the top, dramatic, but often inconveniently right. As one fan put it, she might sound wild, but 9 times out of 10, she's exposing the truth before anyone else. Whether she was genuinely dropping receipts or just keeping the cameras rolling, her presence dominated the tell-all so thoroughly that the main cast felt like background extras in her show. By the time the episode wrapped, the internet was buzzing with wild theories. Was Ashley secretly connected to the family? Was the fight staged for clout? Was TLC testing the waters for a Karen-focused spinoff? Nobody agreed on the answers, but everybody agreed on one thing. Chantel's mom knows how to keep herself and her family in the spotlight.
Don't touch that dial, because if you thought Chantel's mom brought chaos, wait until you see Jasmine's whirlwind romance with Matt. From surprise pairings to fans calling him Gino 2.0, this storyline is exploding with drama. The moment Matt appeared alongside Jasmine, social media lit up like a bonfire. Viewers immediately clocked the similarities between him and her ex. Same haircut, same vibe, even the same penchant for questionable shoe choices. Memes spread like wildfire, dubbing him Gino 2.0, but better looking. Some even joked the casting team had cloned Gino with a stronger jawline and fresher wardrobe. But not everyone was laughing. For some, the scene was surreal, almost like a Seinfeld episode come to life. One viral tweet read, "All it's missing is beefarino and a marble rye." Others said the vibe felt closer to a funeral than a first date. And of course, the internet couldn't resist the horse jokes, Dracula references, and sly digs suggesting Gino might still be footing the bill for Jasmine's new man. Still, something unexpected happened. Amidst the snark, a surprising number of fans admitted they actually liked the pairing. Screenshots of Jasmine smiling, laughing, and appearing softer than usual circulated online with captions like, "She's different around him," and "Matt makes her shine." For once, Jasmine wasn't screaming, throwing tantrums, or causing chaos. She looked, dare we say, happy? TikTok creators quickly jumped in. Clips of Jasmine and Matt were set to rom-com soundtracks with text overlays declaring the couple we didn't know we needed. Others stitched the footage with comparisons to her fiery history with Gino, arguing this storyline might actually mark a turning point for Jasmine's arc. Of course, skepticism hasn't disappeared. This is 90 Day Fiancé after all. Rumors are swirling that Jasmine is still seeing other men on the side, with Reddit threads questioning whether Matt is just a placeholder storyline while the real drama brews off camera. Some fans insist the whole thing is staged, pointing out how perfectly timed Matt's entrance felt. A few are even betting money on whether Matt proposes on camera in the next few episodes. And then there's the question of Jasmine herself. Is she genuinely in love or just playing along for the cameras? Some critics argue that her softer demeanor is proof she's putting on an act. Others counter that maybe, just maybe, we're seeing the real Jasmine when she's with someone who doesn't constantly push her buttons. Meanwhile, Instagram comment sections are full of fans drawing wild comparisons. One user wrote, "Matt gives me vampire vibes, but like the Twilight kind, not the Dracula kind." Another teased, "This is the Jasmine redemption arc, sponsored by TLC." Whatever the truth, the buzz is undeniable. Matt and Jasmine are trending, and fans can't stop dissecting every frame. Keep it locked, because if you thought Jasmine's new romance was dramatic, just wait until you see where Colt turned up. Crutches, necklaces, and Brazil's most iconic theater, this sighting has fans asking all the right questions. The image surfaced this week on fan pages showing Colt far from his usual Las Vegas backdrop. He was unmistakable in his signature glasses, sporting a bold, chunky necklace that immediately drew attention, and, most shockingly, leaning on a pair of crutches. Standing in front of the historic Amazonas Theater, a landmark known for its opera house grandeur, Colt looked like he'd stepped straight out of a TLC spin-off teaser. The internet did what it does best, speculated wildly. First theory, vacation. Fans suggested maybe Colt was exploring Brazil as a tourist, ticking off bucket list sites. But that didn't stop the conspiracies. Some pointed out Manaus is deep in the Amazon, a spot tied closely to Paul Styler's years of on-again, off-again drama with Karine. The whispers grew louder. Was Colt retracing Paul's steps, or was TLC pulling a sneaky crossover? The crutches only made things weirder. Comment sections filled with guesses about what happened. Did he sprain his ankle at an airport? Is it a storyline injury? Or is he just milking sympathy points? Memes popped up almost instantly. One showed Colt photoshopped next to Indiana Jones. Another captioned, "The necklace, the crutches, the jungle. Season 10 confirmed." On Twitter, fans had a field day. One joked, "Finally, the mystery of the snake necklace is solved. He's taming the Amazon." Another added, "Colt plus Paul plus Manaus equals TLC's Avengers Assemble." Reddit threads debated whether cameras were rolling just out of frame, with one user pointing out how oddly posed the photo looked. This isn't a casual tourist shot. This is TLC promo vibes. Beyond the jokes, fans also speculated about Colt's health. With crutches in play, many worried something serious might have happened. Some even suggested that the injury could tie directly into a storyline, adding drama to his unexpected Brazilian appearance. Others wondered if it was simply Colt being Colt, finding a way to turn a routine vacation into a headline.
The Amazonas theater backdrop wasn't ignored either. Fans noted its history of being a cultural centerpiece, joking that Colt might try to audition for the opera or reenact his infamous cultured persona in a city thousands of miles from home. TikTok edits quickly mashed up the photo with dramatic opera music, tagging it Colt's South American Saga. And then came the bigger question. Was Debbie his mom nearby? Fans joked she might be sipping a caipirinha just off camera ready to make her own dramatic entrance. Some even theorized this was a mother-son storyline in the making. Debbie and Colt take Brazil. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear. The sight of Colt in Manaus has reignited chatter around his unpredictable, meme-worthy legacy in the 90-day franchise. Whether it's a teaser for a spin-off, a bizarre vacation, or just Colt being Colt, the internet can't stop replaying that photo and dreaming up scenarios.